What up, G-Life fams? Your boy MC Shadow coming at you with another video. Now, what I wanted to talk about today was something that actually happens a lot, but nobody ever talks about it. So I decided to talk about it. That is the hatred towards LA. You know what I mean? Like if LA is the big brother, you know what I mean? Because if there's one thing that I have noticed throughout time, you know what I mean? And more now that I, with the YouTube and I get to interact with a bunch of people from different places, is that a lot of people have this hatred towards LA, but they always blame LA for that hatred, right? Like I have met people from San Diego that don't like LA. I met people from Orange County that don't like LA. I met people that are from the Valle, where I'm from, San Fernando Valley, that don't like LA. There's people from Houston that have made several comments right here that they don't like LA. People from upstate, homies, upstate Sureños that be dissing LA. A lot of people hate on LA, and I never understood why. Me coming from the San Fernando Valley, I have met homies that dislike LA for some odd reason. But no one ever gives a specific reason why. Everyone always says that it's LA's fault, because that they think that they're the shit and all of that. But I interact with people from LA and they don't think that they're the shit. The only time that comments are made, like, where they say like they're the shit or something like that, is when they're being insulted. And the funny thing is that this is not even just a gang-related thing. I mean, like, other people also tend to dislike LA, and it happens in sports, like other sports, like whether it's baseball, whether it's basketball. A lot of people throw a lot of shade towards LA, and it always baffled me, like, why that is, because I thought it was just a street thing, like a gang thing, you know what I mean? Because even incarcerated, there was some people, and even the IE disliked LA. There's a lot of like hatred towards Los Angeles, and I never understood why. I thought it was a gang related thing, but then I would meet regular people who disliked LA, and then even it happens in sports, where it gets thrown a lot of shade. And I think what it honestly is everyone is prideful. Everyone Everyone always, everyone is proud of where they come from, homie. If you're from San Diego, you're proud to be from San Diego. You're from Orange County, you're proud to be from Orange County. If you're from wherever the hell you're from, you're proud to be from there. You know what I mean? It's our pride. You know what I mean? Everyone has pride. Every race has pride. Some people have a little bit too much pride, but nonetheless, everybody has pride. And I think what it is that LA gets talked about so much. LA gets so much recognition, whether it's in movies, whether it's in sports, whether everyone talks about LA, and I think it bothers them, that no one talks about where they're from, that they get no recognition, no respect. They feel like they get no recognition and no respect, so they have that. I'm not gonna say jealousy, I would say it's envy. You know what I mean? Because they want to be the one that talked about, like, it's not just about LA, like, we have chingon shit, like, we're from too, you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather be from where I'm from than to be from LA, you get what I mean? It's like when somebody brags so much that you're just like, all right, we get it, like, fuck, you know what I mean? I think it's that above anything else, but nobody ever wants to admit that it's their pride, so instead they just they fabricate stuff, you know what I mean? They tend to fabricate stuff on why they dislike a certain thing, instead of just admitting that it's their pride above anything else. That's one thing that I have seen, and that happens a lot. A lot of people don't know how to maneuver their pride. They let their pride maneuver them instead of them maneuvering their pride. And pride is something that is very difficult to maneuver. You know what I mean? Even I struggle with some things. I'm able to realize this, but I just can't help it. You know what I mean? It's a psychological effect. Like pride is something that's very hard to maneuver. You know what I mean? It's not easy. Those who say it's easy, that's their pride right there. That's their pride right there, telling them they full of it. Because it's something that's very difficult, something that we all struggle with. I think I want to say that everyone has struggles with their pride. But it's something that's real. It's something that actually does happen a lot. You know what I mean? Because I have already made a few comments, expressing how I feel about SPM, and a lot of people from Houston be like, man, that's how you fools from LA are, homie, always hating on Houston, man, you fools are haters, and it's like, what the hell, like, I never heard of such a thing, or when I say that, damn, this homie from LA is like one of the best in rapping, then you have like fools from San Diego or Orange County being like, nah, homie, these vatos are better from where we're at, you know what I mean? It's like, you vatos just no give no credit because you fools are haters, and it's like, whoa, like, where's all of this coming from? Like, I'm showing love to everybody, coming with respect, and then they come with the negative, and being like, that's how you fools, and and I'm coming out of the San Fernando Valley, you know what I mean? So I think that's just a trip. That people see it in that way, and it always baffled me. And it's like, how would you know that they're all haters if a majority of these people haven't even been to Los Angeles? Makes me wonder, like, where they get that stigma from. You know what I mean? And even in sports, it happens a lot, especially in baseball and basketball. You know what I mean? A lot of the players do throw shade at LA. You know what I mean? And I think because they have so much championships and stuff like that, they just dislike all this talk and praise towards them. I'm telling you, I think it's pride above anything else. You know what I mean? Is there some haters in Los Angeles? Yeah, of course. There's haters everywhere. You know what I mean? But I think it's people's pride a majority of the time than this is. You know what I mean? They tend to say, nah, people from Los Angeles are stuck up. They think they're the best. They think they're the shit. Like, I don't think that they think that that's what it is. I think that it's something that's talked about so much that it's just like, all right, we get it. LA's not even all that great. You get what I mean? That's how they take it. Is when somebody's talking about something, it's like, all right, whatever, fool. That car's not even that chingon. Relax. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the talk of it. I think it's what frustrates people. You know what I mean? Because everyone's prideful where they're from. Like, I'm gonna say the city where I come from is the best city, the most dangerous, and the craziest. And everyone on here is gonna say that their city is the most craziest and dangerous. That's our pride talking. Those who say that, nah, it's because my city really is that's your pride, my boy. Wake up and smell the coffee, homie. So I think we just got to do a better job at maneuvering our pride instead of making up stories. Like, if we really haven't met that many haters out of LA, or haven't met nobody, or like really all that, then we just can't go based on what society says and stuff like that. We can't be making up stories, we can't pretend that we've seen the proof. You know what I mean? Those are the facts. But I just keep it real right here. I could only speak my mind and give my points of views and my opinions on things, and but that's what I think. You know what I mean? But this is my thoughts. And Shadow, we up.